There are people that they are not alone. They are always surrounded with people. You're married, have kids, and they still feel lonely. So that shows us that it actually lies with us. So I'm here to bring you a message to let you know that what you can do now is to make sure that happiness comes from God and God alone. If your happiness is tied to, until I do this, until I get somebody to make me happy, until I'm not happy, then you have not gotten to the place where you believe that you can live on your own. So we're going to be going to the second myth. It says, if we are in love, everything will work out automatically. You know, if you have ever watched romantic films and things like that, you see a situation where they say, and they lived happily ever after. It's always happily. They never said they live up and down. They never said they had a fight. So far, they are in love. They tell you they lived happily ever after. So many people believe that so far I am in love. Some people believe so far I find the person. Or some people believe so far we get married, then everything will be okay. But that is not so. Proverbs 4:7 says that wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. If we go to Proverbs 24:3, it said, a house, some version says a home, is built by wisdom and becomes strong through good sense, not through love. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we must understand that there is something to do. We must understand that we need to learn how to make it good. Praise the name of the Lord. So it's not a matter of, so far I'm in love, everything is okay. So far I found that person, then, everything is all right. We must understand that you still have a lot to do. You still have to know what to do. You still have to learn. Relationship requires mutual efforts. It requires communication. It requires godly counsel. You know, like Pastor was saying it, some people will just get somebody who tell them, why are you doing that? Don't do that again. And they do it, and because of that, it destroys everything they have built. It destroys their relationship. It destroys everything because they just took that one step. So there is nothing like, if I find the right person, because the focus most times is that it's still related to the first part where I talked about, if I find that person. If you cannot be happy on your own, if you cannot make decisions that will move your life forward, then there is no magic wand that says, okay, when you are not in love, then everything go on well. We have to work at it. I remember that I had a lady in school. She had a very supernatural experience. She had a dream. In the dream, it was like God was telling her this was the person you were going to marry. Then she had 3 different people confirm it to her. She said she just went to somewhere, a girl saw her and he was like, pimples. Because the girl did not know the guy. That was the only thing she could use to describe. And she knew the person. It was the same person she felt God had already told her. And everything so good, that person came to her and asked for a relationship. So it was to her, it was like everything is a done deal. God told me, somebody else confirmed it. In fact, I'm on cloud 9. I'm God's special child. God is leading me. But when they started the relation, they started to fight. They would argue. They would have a lot of conflict. And I remember she would say, maybe it's not God. It's the devil. I asked her, why do you think it's not God? Why do you think it can be the devil? Why do you think so? She was like, yeah, because we are fighting a lot. That if it was God that is leading her, we are not supposed to be fighting. And I'm like, nope. Your fighting is not based on who leads you. Your fighting is the level of your wisdom. Because 2 people are coming from different places. So the fact that God said, you got a dream, you got a leading, is the start. It's just like this fact that you said, I gave my life to Christ. That is the start of your journey. You can't say because I've given my life to Christ, I will not be tempted again. In fact, when